Hi friends, this is Neeru Saluja from the Indian Down Under. Today with us we have world-renowned motivational speaker Sister Shivani, who has transformed millions of lives across the globe with her life-changing, inspiring talks. Welcome to Sydney, Sister Shivani, and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. This is your first tour to Australia. How has it been so far?
It's been beautiful because mostly I have been at the Brahma Kumari centers. It's the same family, whichever part of the world you are. And second, when it comes to doing interactions with people all over, but I feel it's the same. Because when it comes to talking about the self, I think we're all on the same frequency.
Yes.
If it comes to talking about something about the world, we could be at different different levels of knowledge, information, intelligence. There could be a difference. But when it comes to talking about the self, when it comes to talking about our own emotions, our own thoughts, our own feelings, we're all the same.
That's lovely to hear.
So really it feels the same energy everywhere. But last two programs, Perth and Adelaide,
Yes.
Everybody's been very responsive, connected, and they've been interacting so much in the program. It just feels as if everyone's just ready to work on themselves.
And for your Awakening Tour in Sydney, you have chosen the topic Overcoming Overthinking. What leads to overthinking about trivial issues in our daily life?
Lack of emotional nourishment. What leads to a low physical stamina? What leads to physical fatigue? What leads to me getting tired very easily, breathless, falling ill often? Lack of physical right nutrition.
And how can we fix that?
Physical nutrition is easy to fix. Emotional nutrition. Because if I do not consume the right emotional nutrition, then I start gradually, it's not going to happen in one day, but gradually over a period of time, I'm emotionally fatigued. I'm emotionally depleted. Most important, I don't have a control over my own emotions. So I would not want to get hurt, and yet I'm hurt. I don't want to get angry, and yet I'm irritated often. So which means I'm losing a control over my own thinking, my feelings and emotions. This is emotional weakness. And when that happens, then my thoughts are not according to the way I want them to be. I mean, something could be troubling you in the mind and you don't want to think about it. And you will say to yourself, okay, I don't want to think about this. It won't even listen to you for 20 seconds and it's back again. And then we will distract ourselves, different ways of distraction. Somebody could be with technology, somebody could be with television, somebody can go out shopping, somebody will go holiday, somebody will go towards some substance. Anything to distract the mind from what it is thinking constantly. But those distractions actually increase overthinking.
They do. Talking about technology, we are in an age where social media and technology actually rules our lives. So what are your thoughts on this?
Let's change the word that it rules our life. Let's just say we use them. It's a completely different understanding. You and me are sitting here and I can say, yes, we're having a conversation.
Absolutely.
Let me be very clear about what this is. But if tomorrow I start saying, you rule my life, then it's no more a conversation. Then you have overpowered me. Then my life is not in my control. You rule my life. So even the line that it rules our life needs to be out of our vocabulary.
And that's the start.
That is the start, and a very powerful start, where I start saying to myself, just to begin with, even if it's not true, I use technology. I use technology. Technology doesn't rule me. So I have to be very clear, because if I keep saying it rules me, then I'm not using it anymore. It's overpowering me. So technology is a very big gift we have. Social media is a very powerful tool we have.
It is.
It's just about using it right.
Sure.
It's going to offer us everything there on the platter. It's like a buffet. it has everything. Choose the right food for your diet. So similarly, when it comes to information, there could be a lot about ridiculing somebody, comparing somebody with another person, criticizing someone, bias. There's so much information. Even in the name of entertainment, we're watching a lot of things which are not good for the mind.
Yes.
Even just simply watching crime-based fiction, it's not good for the mind. It increases fear. And sometimes that fear starts overpowering me. So information going in through technology is what I have to take care of. But too much information means too many thoughts. And wrong information, which means unhealthy information, means unhealthy thoughts. So if you go back 20 years back, information, thoughts, now too much information.
Yes.
Every click is an information. So too many thoughts.
Being an engineer by profession, how did your journey into spirituality begin?
The profession we are within, it has actually nothing to do with the spiritual lifestyle. Spirituality gives us a way of thinking, a way of being, a way of living. In whichever profession, role and responsibility we are in. A very big myth or a belief system out there in the world is as if spirituality is another path. And sometimes people ask us, what went wrong in your life for you to be here? You were there and then something must have happened to come here. It's not true. We are doing what we are doing, whether it's family, whether it's profession, but using the spiritual way of thinking, and which means using the qualities of the spirit, the consciousness, the soul, which is purity, peace, love, happiness, knowledge, power and bliss. Using that in every thought, feeling and karma is spirituality. So for me, it was my parents who were introduced to it, and then it suddenly is there in the house, the energy is in the house, everyone's talking about it, and then you start experimenting with it, and then you start benefiting. And once you start benefiting, then it's your own personal journey after that. So it's a very gradual change.
You were always so calm and patient in your demeanor. Were
No.
you like,
No, very opposite of this. Not a bad person, but definitely not calm. Normal, overthinking, called normal that time, reactive, thinking too much, talking too fast, talking too much, always wanting to prove myself to be right, and actually succeeded in doing it most of the time. And so that becomes an addiction, that not ready to accept somebody else's opinion, so ego high. And then you start taking that daily spiritual nutrition, which starts nourishing the soul. And it's a gradual journey. You don't come to know when it's happening, and it's still the journey goes on. There's a lot more to happen, but the ego starts
subsiding?
Yeah. And when the ego starts subsiding, the innate quality of the self emerges. It's like when you remove your layer of makeup. It's only then when I will get to see the original face. Similarly, this ego is a makeup, but the original is hidden below that. And many of us don't even know our original.
Yes.
Because we are only using our ego in every action. So when that starts happening, and when this slows down, then it's ease, it's calm, your way of talking, way of walking, way of every movement, because everything here is happening from here. So just even see it in yourself. When you're troubled here, your way of walking will change. Your way of eating will change.
It does. It affects your whole body.
Because it's from here, no?
Yep.
It's like the electric supply. If there's a disturbance there, everything is going to be disturbed. But if this sets right, here everything will automatically be right. What we do is we work lots on the outside. You don't need to. Nothing can be changed from outside. Even if we try to create a change outside, it's very temporary. But when we start emotionally getting sorted by spiritual nourishment, meditation, daily meditation, then there's an ease inside which happens on its own. That then automatically comes out in the physical.
Earlier, stress was only found in adults' lives. Now it's become common in children's lives also. Has it become a norm, or are we passing this on unknowingly to the newer generation?
Earlier, it was not even heard in an adult's life. Earlier, it was only in physics. It was not in our life at all. It was a science word. It was not an emotion, But maybe it's a word of 20, 30 years, 30 years maximum, not before that. Any word repeated will become vocabulary, and then repeated by parents became vocabulary of children. Then vibration of parents in the house radiating to children, absorbed by children. Parent not emotionally strong, child not emotionally nourished, will automatically start experiencing that same turbulence. If everything for me is from here, so from here, then my body, and then to people around me. So if I am disturbed, I'm going to radiate those disturbed vibrations to you. Now, if you're my child, so what am I radiating to you?
Negative vibrations.
And then what are you going to absorb? The same. And then who are you going to become? The same.
Yes.
At the Brahma Kumaris, we're doing a very nice, interesting project. It's about during the 9 months of pregnancy, the effect on the child in the womb. That's where it starts. It's there where we have the power to either emotionally strengthen and empower the child or deplete the child. Because during those 9 months, the soul in the womb has the highest catching power, and catching the power of the emotions of the parents, especially the mother. Because at that time, it's like two minds in the same body. It's two souls in the same body actually. So if my mind can influence here, what about the mind living inside the body? So the mother's emotion has a direct effect on the child's emotion. Now that mother, during those 9 months, is going on with her normal work, normal spouse, relationship. Day-to-day routine is not the problem. But the day-to-day routine, if carried out with stress, that's the problem. And that's why today if you see hyperactivity, ADHD, this is on the rise. It's only because of this. Anyone can experiment with this if the parent takes care during those 9 months to be at ease, not stop working, but change your way of working, and which means change your way of thinking. Child will be very peaceful and calm. In India, there's a very beautiful word in Hindi which is garab sanskar. तो गर्भ संस्कार मीन्स आप संस्कार गर्भ में डाल रहे हैं. तो स्ट्रेस एंजाइटी के संस्कार भी तो गर्भ में डाल रहे हैं, वहीं से है. सो इट्स राइट फ्रॉम देयर. एंड ऑफ कोर्स अगेन द इनिशियल years of the child, absorption power very high of the parent, and then out in the world तो वो vibration है ही. But whatever age your child may be today, if parents start emotionally charging themselves with meditation, the environment of the house will change, and that will have a direct effect on the child.
Somebody who's never done meditation, what tips would you give to them, and how would they like to start?
It's good to come and learn. What happens with meditation is we think there is nothing to do in that. We just need to sit and stop thinking. So we keep trying to do it on our own. And when we try to do it on our own, we're not able to stop thinking. And very soon we say, this is very difficult, I can't do it, and then I don't even try again. So meditation is not about stop thinking. Meditation is about right thinking. And right thinking not just while I'm meditating, right thinking throughout the day, right thinking in every situation. So the meditation time of 30 minutes is actually the preparation time for the rest of the day. Because sometimes we say, oh, I was very peaceful in my meditation. I was absolutely calm, very peaceful, very high, very relaxed. But when in the day-to-day activity, again stressed, And we thought that was normal, peaceful while meditating and stressed while working. But then how long am I going to meditate? 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and remaining 23 and a half hours? Again stressed? So that's not meditation. Meditation is about preparing how to be peaceful for the remaining 23 and a half hours. And that meditation means understanding your true self, that I am not all what I am looking at, but I am that energy, that consciousness, the soul who runs this body, and connecting with the Supreme Power. We all remember God in our own way. We all do. But sometimes it becomes more like in words and in actions, and even while doing it, the mind is thinking of something else. So I could be doing what I'm doing and thinking about what I have to do at work today. So then I'm not connecting to the Supreme Power. And that's why my inner charging is not happening. So meditation means developing a very, very beautiful personal relationship with God, with the Supreme Power. And whomever you connect to, जिसको हम कहते हैं संग का रंग, इसीलिए उसको कहते हैं सत्संग, meaning whoever you are in the company of, their vibrations will have an influence on you. So meditation means being in his company, and his vibration of purity and peace starts influencing the soul. Then you just start rising in your energy and frequency. So it's good to take out some time to come and learn meditation. So at the Brahma Kumari centers, which are all over Australia, in fact, if somebody wants to learn it, they can go and see the address of the center, which is on brahmakumaris.org.au. Check up the center address of whichever city you are in Australia. There's a number there. Call the sister, talk to them, fix a day and time. And sisters and brothers are always there to teach meditation. And it's a seva, it's a voluntary service. They do it for everyone. No charges, no cost involved. All that we have to do is take out little time. And the best part is when you start meditating, you have a lot of time after that, because life becomes very simple. So the whole epidemic of being busy and not having time gets over.
What message would you like to give to our viewers?
Most important is, I personally feel that earlier, let's say 20 years back when I started meditation, it was like, okay, do you want to learn it? And I said, okay, I'll try it out. So it was an option. It was a choice. It was an interest. But I feel today it's not. Today it should be mandatory. Today it should be compulsory for everybody. Like eating food is mandatory, meditation should be mandatory, because every single issue of today, whether it's on a personal level, whether it's on a physical health level, whether it's on a relationship conflict, or any issue on a global level, if we start healing our mind, every issue will get resolved. So meditation should be compulsory for us. Compulsory in the sense, make it personally compulsory for us, not from anybody else, that I have to take care of myself. So meditation is self-care. So I think we all should do it, so that we start using our potential. We have the power to adjust. We have the power to tolerate. We have the power to have beautiful relationships. Just because we don't use our power, we are moving away from each other. We have started living alone. We feel we can't get along with people. So we shifted from being able to live with 10 people to now wanting to live alone with our gadgets. It's only because we're not using our power. So let's experiment. Take out an hour, come to the center, learn meditation, and watch your destiny change. I can just say that happiness, which we're looking for outside, and which we feel is dependent on achievements, on what we buy, or on other people, is in the way we think and respond to every situation. And each one of us has the power to be happy always. So let's use that power and be happy always.
Sister Shivani, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we're looking forward to your talks in Australia.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.